This is English Hangout. Welcome back to today's past question review. Look at this whiteboard. There are some questions here. These questions are basically from the JAMB Past Question series. During the surgery, the doctor realized that the patient's leg dash. If Adama were here, the food dash be ready by now. If I had known that he was going, dash to him the book. Fatima realized that she dashed to post the letter when she reached home. These questions are based on the use of as, have, and had, and also conditional sentences. So, JAMB will test your knowledge on how to use as, have, and had. As, have, and had performs two grammatical functions. They perform the timekeeping function as well as possession function. If as, have, and had is to perform timekeeping function, it must be followed by a participle verb. As a result, you can have he has gone, go, present tense, went, past, gone, past participle. So if as, have, and had is to perform timekeeping function, it must be followed by a participle verb. And if it is to perform possession function, it must be followed by either a noun or a noun phrase. As a result, you can have an expression, he has a new phone. So these three verbs are governed by rules. So if a verb is to follow as, have, and had, it must be a participle verb, number one. Number two, if there must be a choice between as, have, and had in a conditional sentences, therefore, we must choose had instead of as and have. How can you identify a conditional sentence? In any sentence where you see if, unless, provided that, all of these are conditional lexical items. Therefore, you are expected to choose had instead of as and have. And also, in reported speech, had is preferred to as and have. So as a result, if you look at this, during the surgery, the doctor realized that the patient's leg dash. Here we have realized. This is to show that this particular event, this event has happened before the surgery. So as a result, that particular event is in the past and the leg has been decayed far before the surgery. Here we have long decayed, had been decayed, had long decayed, none of the above. The appropriate answer to fill in the gap is C, had long decayed. During the surgery, the doctor realized that the patient's legs had long decayed. Had is the past tense of both as and have. So for number 2 question, we have if Adama were here, the food dash be ready by now. It is important that you note that there's a particular concept we call conditional sentence. There is what we call real condition and unreal condition. A real condition is a situation whereby the events being talked about in a particular sentence has happened and is likely to happen. In a real condition, the verb in the two clauses must be in the present tense. For example, if I meet you, right, I will beat you. Beat, right, and what? Meet. Those two verbs are in the present state. But if a particular event is an unreal condition is a situation whereby the event being talked about has not happened and is likely not to happen. In a situation like that, the verb must be in the past tense. So if you look at this, if Adama were here, the food dash. One thing that you must note also in JAMB is that they'll give you the verb in the first clause. Then they will ask you to fill in the gap with the next verb in the second clause. If you realize here, we have if Adama were here. So the appropriate verb to complete this sentence also should be in the past tense. If Adama were here, the food would be ready by now. And number 3, we have, if I had known that he was going, dash him the book. I should have given, I have given, I will have given, I would have given. Here we have, if I had known. This is to show that this particular sentence here is also a conditional sentence by the virtue of this lexical item, if. So as a result, we have had here, the verb that must complete this sentence also here should be in the past tense. I should have given, I have given, I will have given, I would have given. If I had known that he was going, I would have given him the book. And finally, we have Fatima realized that she dashed to post the letter when she reached home. A, we have has forgotten. B, we have had forgotten. C, we have as forget, yep. And D, we have had forgot. Look at the sentence here. We have Fatima realized. This is to show that this particular event is in the past tense. Therefore, the appropriate verb to complete this gap should be in the past tense. As forgot. As is in the present state. Therefore, as is not suitable to complete this sentence because the event we are dealing with here is in the past tense. And had is the past tense of both as and have. As a result, the appropriate verb to complete this sentence is B. Fatima realized that she had forgotten to post the letter when she reached home. So I advise you, JAMBites, as well as the WAEC students who intend to sit for WAEC, to please go and revise the subject matter, the use of as, have, and had, as well as conditional sentences. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.